episode. And we hope that you will be commenting and sharing ang ating episode for tonight. Ate Kai.
Yes, at the Sam. And for another fun episode, before anything else, before we start, we would also like to thank, of course, the church administration, our brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, and our brother Angelo Eranio V. Manalo, our deputy executive minister, for allowing us to have a program here on INC Radio, the official radio station of the Church of Christ.
That's right, Ate Kai. And of course, I know that it's very hot here sa Milan. It's actually 35 degrees Celsius, Ate Kai. 35 din ba? Din dyan sa'yo sa ibang part ng Milan.
Yes, Ate Sam, walang iba. Sana nga mas malamig eh, pero wala. 35 degrees din dito sa akin. And as well as you can hear or maybe hear no, naka-electric fan ako, but still, hindi kinakaya ng electric fan ng init. But please make sure to keep yourselves hydrated. And syempre, if you happen to be in a trip right now or baka papunta pa lang kayo bukas, no? Kasi bukas nga yung start ng ferye, yung sabi nga nila dito sa Italy. Um, please make sure to send your selfies if you're traveling right now, or kung nasa bahay man kayo, just to stay fresh and to stay cool. Please make sure to send your pictures, yung selfies nyo sa amin para ma-mention rin po namin kayo and ma-feature dito sa mga future episodes ng Lookbook, right? At the Sam?
That's right, Ate Kai. And so far, actually, we would just like to greet ang ating District Minister si Karen Marquez. Nandiyan siya sa ating live chat. So hello po. Thank you po kay Karen. Shout out po sa inyo. And we do hope to hear from our live viewers as well as we go with our episodes. Of course, magkakaroon tayo ng maraming interactive moments. So we hope to hear from you as well. And of course, Ate Kai, nabanggit mo na start na talaga ng summer vacation dito for many people, especially since August na. And I think it's a really good moment for us to talk about some destinations that our brethren could go to, diba? Which are budget friendly. So without further ado, let's go on sa ating segment for tonight, ang ating travel journal segment.
Travel Journal.
All right, Ate Kai?
Yes, at the Sam, another very exciting episode because we are going to talk about trips, no? And like you mentioned earlier, we are going to tackle the budget-friendly destinations dito sa Northern Italy. And typically, no, dito sa Northern Italy, most tourists would opt for cities like yung sa Athens, sa Milan, and usually they would include in their itinerary to go sa Como kasi it's just a very quick trip, no? With the regional train. I think it lasts 30 minutes, so it's very reachable. And of course, hindi mawawala dyan ang Venice, which is also one of the top destinations pag pumupunta yung mga tourists dito. But little did we know, or little did they know as well, na meron tayong actually mga hidden gems dito sa Northern Italy that gives you actually quite the same experience, but also a unique experience, I would say, kasi it is in a more friendlier price, diba? So we will get to know which spots these are, diba, with Ate Sam, and please make sure to tune in and get your pen and paper para makalista kayo ng mga susunod niyo pang puntahan if you happen to love Northern Italy, diba, Ate Sam?
Perfect episode pala to sa atin, Ate Kai, kasi we both love this part of Italy. Now, there is so much to see, so much to visit. And that's why sa ating episode tonight, we will be sharing another set of affordable destination, budget-friendly tips, local food to try, and of course, practical ways to make the most of your trip while keeping costs down. So whether you're planning no, a weekend getaway or a backpacking adventure, or maybe it might be your first time visiting the country, no, this is the perfect episode for you as it will be packed with ideas to help you travel smarter. And of course, we will be giving you another glimpse of the stunning spots dito sa Italy North. And Ate Kyra, no, before we move on, let's give a quick recap of the budget-friendly destinations that we shared last week. So last week we shared a lake destination, yung Lago di Zeo. We also shared a beach destination, yung Boccadase. We also shared a place where you could go hiking doon sa Valmadrera. And of course, we also chose an urban city, Verona, no, to share as well. So a lot of good suggestions. But the thing about our part dito sa Italy is that there is so much to explore and hindi siya ganun ka well known. Therefore, no, ang ating episode for tonight, we'll be talking about just that, di ba, Ate Kai?
Yes, Ate Sam. And since we are here with our friends tonight, 'di ba? Meron akong nakikita mga greetings now, which is we will also read later, no? We also have a question for you, for our friends in the chat. Ayan. So, Kuya Tek, please show our first question, our first interactive moment ngayong gabi. So ayan ang ating question. What do you like about traveling during the summer? And since not this nasa vacation mood na nga tayo, no, I'm sure maraming masasagot ang ating mga viewers and listeners ngayong gabi sa question na to. So what do you like about traveling during the summer? Ikaw ba, Ate Sam, kung matatanong kita, what's your favorite part when it comes to summer in general or even traveling?
Kung matatanong mo ako, Ate Kai, I'd say what I like about traveling in the summer is that you can pack lighter in a sense na since, di ba, compared to winter, you don't have to think much about yung mga layers, yung mga extra clothes that you have to bring. You end up packing less, like, quantitatively. So I think that's a nice thing because it makes packing, less of a hassle, more of like an enjoyable chore to do. So I'd say that beyond yung mga, of course, the other things that make summer vacation great. What would you say, Ate Kai?
Before mine, ate, that's actually a very smart response, no? Kasi I wouldn't typically say na, oh yes, it's a time to pack light. So usually in the airports, no, pag kinikilo na yung ano mo, 'di ba? Syempre may konti kang kaba. But
Yes.
I think that's lesser, no? We feel that less during summer kasi you pack lighter, like what Ate Sam said. But as for me, Ate Sam, I think this season, yung summer, I think it's a very uh important moment to spend with your family and friends, especially that you don't get to do it every day, diba?
Mhm.
For example, here in Italy, we do have this annual vacation, so you get to spend more time, not just yung 6 hours na extra that you have and before starting your day at work and after yung work mo, diba? Dun lang kayo nakakaban. But this summer, actually, it's the time where you get to spend more and have quality time with your family and friends. Kaya for that, Ate Sam, I like summer.
Good
Other than
answer.
gelato.
Yes, of course. That's a staple. What's your favorite flavor, Ate Kai? If I might ask.
Ako, ako Ate Sam, stracciatella forse
Hmm.
e pistacchio. Tu?
Pistachio, Ate Kai. It's such a good gelato flavor. But of course, kapag summer, di ba, we also go towards yung fragola, mango, melone, no? Having
Yung granita,
granita.
masarap din dyan.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I was gonna mention. So yeah, we do hope that no, you can also enjoy your gelato as well. Sa mga destinations that we will be sharing as well, because of course, marami din mga gelato spots. But actually, Ate Kai, before we proceed, I've seen a couple of answers sa ating live chat. Sabi ni Ryan De La Cruz, sabi niya, his favorite thing about summer daw is the beach. Sabi niya, Mare. Ayan. Sabi ni Ate Kate naman, longer days and more time for sightseeing. Of course, because the sun sets na at a later time, Ate Kai, mas matagal yung sun exposure sa sun, Ate Kai.
Oo, mas maaga tayong nakakakita ng ng sunset, 'di ba?
Mm.
Pero dumidilim na siya around like 10 PM.
Yeah.
So, 'yan din yung maganda sa summer. And
Ayan.
meron actually tayong mga greetings din dito, no, Ate Sam. For example, dito si Wilfred Nico Jimenez. Hello, hello po. And meron rin dito taga Bologna, si Ate Grace Ahumada. Happy viewing po mga kapatid mula sa lokal ng Bologna. Ate Sam?
Yes, nakita ko din si Jackie. Panggito. Sabi niya, she is watching daw while being at the sea. Ayan. So thank you po for taking the time to watch us from your summer vacation. And we do hope that you will be enjoying this episode as much as we will be. So Ate Kai, without further ado, let's get to see ang ating set of budget-friendly destinations for this episode. So ang ating first destination is nandoon sa Veneto region, which is a city called Treviso. So Kuya Tek, can you please take a look at what Treviso looks like from our pictures? Ayan. Ate Kai, I hope that by the end ng ating Treviso part, no, I will convince you to go visit there, Ate Kai.
Yes, for sure, at the Sam. So take it away. I'm very excited.
Yes, as you can see, no, meron silang water canals, 'di ba? As one might say. So, ayan, it's a really nice view, and one thing that you might notice Ate Kai is that hindi ganun karami yung people. No, not many, wala masyadong mga tourists around this part, which doesn't mean no, na hindi siya worth visiting. Ansi, el contrario. So, we will be knowing more about this city in a bit, literally in a bit. So, as we've said kanina, yung Treviso, it is part of the Veneto region here in Italy. So, talagang fully nandito tayo sa northern part of the country. So, ang selling point ng Treviso is of course the fact that it is much more budget friendly compared to Venice. As you've seen Ate Kai dun sa mga pictures and mga videos, yung vibe is pretty much Venice, 'di ba? May canals, marami mga makikita mga sightseeing spots. So, yeah, but it's much more affordable. So, brief recap on how we can get doon sa Treviso from Milan. Since Ate Kyra and I are both from Milan, no, it's easier for us to talk about yung travel time from here. So from Milan, it takes about 3 hours by car since it is 280 kilometers away from where we are right now. But by train naman, it is slightly medyo marami tayong alternatives when it comes to traveling there, because we could go with yung high speed na train which costs about 25 to 45 euros each way, and it will take you about 2.5 hours. So still pretty good traveling time if you were to take a day trip doon. But you could also go through by yung regional train, which is about 21 euros each way. So kapag ang data return siya about 40 euros, but it will take you slightly more, mga 3 hours and 15 to 30 minutes. So, quite the travel time as well. But of course, once nakarating na tayo sa Treviso, Ate Kaya, ano ba yung mga makikita natin, na mapupuntahan natin? So first of all, of course, meron silang historic center, which is compact and completely walkable mula dun sa Treviso Centrale, which is their train station, which means that you don't have to spend money on yung local transit, because of course you don't have to take the bus and other types of modes of transportation. So once na nandun na tayo, of course, meron tayong Piazza dei Signori, which is no, a piazza that is filled with historic palaces. Katulad ng nasa Venice, we have lots of canals. For example, yung Buranelli Canal, which is one of the main um, canals doon sa Treviso. And of course, marami tayong mga markets, and we would just like to highlight yung Isola de la Pesqueria, which is a small island doon sa river, which hosts actually one of the most historic fish markets. So you don't necessarily have to purchase yung seafood there, but it's still a good attraction for tourists, no, for visitors to see yung culture nila, yung everyday culture nila doon sa Treviso. And of course, I know that our live viewers are waiting to hear ano nga ba yung mga makakain natin sa Treviso, di ba? Ano ba yung mga local dishes nila doon? So first of all, meron pala silang local na vegetable, ate kayong radicchio. They have yung radicchio rosso di Treviso, which is a bitter red na vegetable nga. And typically, it is served grilled, no, as a contorno, so side dish siya dun sa main dish, or it could also be in risotto or in pasta. So, very versatile ingredient. But did you know, Ate Kyra, na sa Treviso pala nag-originate ang tiramisu, which is one of Italy's dessert staples, no? And ang tiramisu, it originated dun sa Treviso nga nung 20th century, so no mga 1900s. And it comes from an expression sa isang Venetian dialect that refers dun sa immediate energy, a boost that is provided by yung ingredients ng tiramisu such as yung coffee of course and yung sugar. So yung point ng tiramisu is that it is intended to be a dessert that will physically cheer you up na as you eat it. Kasi nga, of course, it has a lot of ingredients that are supposed to be giving you the right energy to combat yung fatigue. So, I did not know personally, Ate Kai, na doon pala nanggaling ang tiramisu. But of course, it's nice to know through our program. So, once you get there, a typical meal sa isang trattoria or sa restaurante will end up costing you about 18 to 25 euros. And one tiramisu slice is about 450 to 6 euros. So, still a pretty good price considering that you will be eating no local food. But of course, you can still do grocery shopping as well done if you don't want to sit down sa restaurant. And of course, at Tikay, since it is quite far, some people might want to spend more days there to see maybe yung mga neighboring cities, yung ibang mga towns. So a quick some information about yung accommodation doon sa Treviso. It is very affordable because marami mga bed and breakfast or mga three-star hotel which have a price between 65 to 90 euros per night, which is so much cheaper compared to Venice, which is around 150 euros per night. So this is a good alternative na if you want to have that vibe na may water, di ba, surrounded by water and whatnot. So yan ang ating Treviso. But if you were to make a day trip, Ate Kai, we are talking about mga 70 to 80 euros in total. Nandun na yung train ticket mo, yung food that you will be eating. So it's still a very good price for what you will be seeing and eating as well. But of course, the most important thing is that ang pinakamalapit na local congregation sa Treviso is Venice since nandoon tayo sa Veneto region. So, Ate Kai, before we move on, have you been to Treviso or not?
Ako, Ate Sam, yung napuntahan ko lang talaga yung, yung famous, yung well-known, which is Venice. And
Mm.
I haven't looked into Treviso yet, but since we've talked about tiramisu, I think you've convinced me enough to go visit no yung mga authentic talaga na tiramisu. And personally, I also didn't know na doon pala nagmula yung tiramisu. I thought that was, a general Italian thing na ginawa nila. But it's from Treviso pala. And another thing na napansin ko, Ate Sam, actually, yung pinapakita ni Kuya Tek yung mga pictures is that may roads pala sa Treviso. So unlike dun sa Venice, di ba, na puros canals lang,
Mhm.
and you get to let's say travel from one place to another with boats, like taxi boats literally.
Yeah.
That's where dun sa Treviso, I think it's pretty much more common to use your car from going to one spot to another. Pero yun yung nakita kong difference as of now. But I would visit it at the Sam. Ikaw ba?
That's
Napuntahan mo na?
nice observation, Ate Kai. Hindi ko yan na-notice. But effettivamente, no, guardando le foto, that's something good to spot because of course it makes yung transportation easier, Ate Kai. You don't have to rely on one specific type of mode of transportation. Ako, I haven't been Ate Kai sa Treviso, but I've been to Venice, so I think no, it's a really good alternative, especially if you don't want yung mga places that are packed with people, diba? Since especially ngayon na summer, there are a lot of tourists sa Venice. But yeah, and Ate Kai, let's take a moment actually to ask ang ating mga live viewers if they were now paying attention sa ating presentation about Treviso. Now, we talked about tiramisu, and it's the name of a dessert. So, Kuya Tek, can you please show us ang ating second interactive moment? Ayan. Speaking of tiramisu, Ate Kai, what does tiramisu mean? It's the name of the dessert, of course, but yung meaning of the expression, is it A, coffee and cream, B, pick me up or cheer me up, and or C, coffee and egg? So let's wait for the answer sa ating live chat, Ate Kai. In the meantime, maybe you're seeing comments that you want to read while we wait for their answers.
Yes, Ate Sam. For now, I'll just be reading yung ating mga greetings. So we have here from Rairo de la Cruz. Happy Sunday, happy lookbook, happy Sunday. Ayan, with green and red and white hearts. Ayan. And we also have Perlit Malapit. Ciao po from Modena GWS. Hello, hello po. And of course, meron rin tayo si Kuya Reynald Balanay. Buonasera po a tutti from Brescia. So hello, hello po, Kuya Reynel. And meron pa Ate Sam, ka Cesar Messina. And hello rin po kay Kian Laha, kay ka Jocelyn V. Maceda, and of course kay ka Grace Ahumada ulit. Ayan. Ikaw ba Ate Sam, meron ka nang nakikitang mga replies sa ating
Yes.
live chat?
Actually, yes, Ate Kai. Sabi dito ni Tita Fe, says Mundo, she says B, which is pick me up or cheer me up. Sabi din ni Tita Janet Rivera from Milan, B as well. Ate Jelly Bautista from Bologna also says B. Ate Kate says B. A lot of B. Sabi ni Ate Jelly, B for buono. Buono daw yung tiramisu con le fragole. Ayan. Ate Kai, we didn't mention it, but marami na talagang variations yung classic na tiramisu. Of course, no, the classic remains the classic. But throughout the years, there have been a lot of innovation.
Varieties.
Yes,
Ayan.
variety. Marami na siyang naging addition sa mga tiramisu. Sabi din ni Cabenilda Garcia from Milan West, B. Sabi ni Kakian Laha, B. Ayan. So, Ate Kai, I think it's safe to say that everyone is saying B. That's because it's the right answer. So, yay! Congratulations sa ating mga live viewers for getting it right. So, just a quick recap. Pick me up or cheer me up is the right answer because it literally means to pick someone up or to cheer me up because it was intended to pick you up, no, from yung fatigue and to give you an energy boost. So, yon, Ate Kai.
That's such a nice way, no, Ate Sam, to give a name to a food. Kasi you use yung espresso and also yung sugar, no, to give you energy boost. So I really like the word tiramisu, which is a pretty name, I would say, for a food dito sa Italy. And syempre, dadako tayo dito sa ating next destination dito sa Northern Italy, ang Torino. So maybe some of our viewers and listeners as well are from Torino. So make sure to give your shoutouts para ma-shoutout rin namin kayo. But before that, Kuya Tech, please show some snippets of the city of Torino. And there we have it, Torino. So as we can see, there are pretty much the same, no, yung mga historical places dito and also medieval, I would say. But there's actually a very interesting history behind these kasi it was ruled by a family, which we will know later. And the style pretty much was brought along the years, no? And also here dito from this city makikita natin ang mga Alps which we can see always in covered in snow all year round. So I think that's a very pretty view as well or scenery that you can see from this city. But of course, talking about Torino, Torino is actually hugged, as we can say, by the Alps and the river, which is the Po. Ang Po po ay yung pinaka mahabang river dito sa Italy. So it is a really important city, no, na dinadaanan ng river na to. And another fun fact about this city is that hindi ito ang Rome pala ay hindi ang first capital city ng Italy, but it was actually Turin. So this is like a historical fact that I didn't know. So it's very interesting. And during that time po, meron siyang family that it was ruled by a family of Savoie. So I believe that is French. And reason for which may makikita tayong mga boulevards dyan na Parisian style, but also as well yung mga royal palaces natin. And if I'm not wrong, there are also some libraries that also house, you know, yung famous songs uh, song pieces ng mga you know, mga musicians noon sa kinapapanahonan, and it is a really interesting city when it comes to culture and history. And as you can see naman dun sa ating mga nakitang pictures, it is also a very walkable city. But if you decide to take the public transportations, meron din yan. Meron silang mga trams, and as well, it is very reachable by a regional train yung city na to. And it is not very far from Milan as well. It is about 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes, same to Como. But none other than that, meron rin tayo ditong mga very, let's say, pleasant walkable places, like for example along the Parco del Valentino, where we can see yung sinasabi ko kanina ng mga Alps. So they said it is very recommendable to visit this place, especially during the winter, kasi dito talaga mo makikita yung mga Alps that are very covered with thick snow. So please make sure to see that when you happen to pass by Torino. And when it comes to food, of course, meron din tayong specialty dito sa Torino. And did you know that dito pala ang house ng Janduya? So if mahilig kayo sa nuts, at the Sam, I don't know if you're fond of nuts, and this is the house of Janduya, which is hazelnut chocolate. And of course, for coffee lovers, hindi kayo magkakamali sa place na to, kasi ito rin ang original place ng first espresso machine. So I think there are a lot of activities that you can do that has to do with chocolate and coffee as well dito sa Torino. And maybe some of you might also be wondering kung ano ba nga yung cost, when you go to Torino. And this is actually a pretty affordable city, because when it comes to food, for example, when it comes to lunch, you may be spending around 12 euros to 20 euros for a simple panino or a sandwich. But also their coffee is very affordable, which ranges from €1 to 1.5 euros. And I'm speaking of yung espresso natin. But also as well, they have cappuccino. And I don't know if you remember one of our episodes dito sa Lookbook, we actually talked about bicharin. So if you happen to love coffee and chocolate at the same time, I think that's very important, coffee to try, kasi you get to try all at once, 'di ba? The Sam. Ayan. And when it comes to accommodation naman, it is also very affordable, kasi it ranges from 80 to 130 euros a night. And as we also said earlier, this city can also be visited in a day. So if you happen to just go take the regional train, very comfortable to gawin from Milan. And coming from me as well, I think one of the places that you can also visit is yung Museo Egizio, which is a museum that houses, mga Egyptian artifacts. So if you're into history, I think this is perfect for you as well, or archaeology. I don't know, but yeah, all in all, at the time, I would think that Torino is a good place to be, especially during the summer. Then, because it's pretty, it offers you a unique experience, gaya nga ng sabi ko, and it is a very beautiful city as well to visit. Ikaw, Ate Sam, have you been to Torino or even tried their bicherin? I don't know.
I have been actually in Torino, specifically in the winter season. So talagang kita talaga yung Alps na may snow from there.
Mm.
And it's a really nice, and meron nga siyang Parisian vibe to it as well, especially when you're walking dun sa mga streets that are filled with shops. Medyo may Paris feel siya to it. And I have actually been to the places that you've mentioned. All really nice, very rich in history and culture as well. And as we said, Ate Kai, dun sa coffee episode natin, they have such a rich cafe culture doon, katulad ng kinuwenta sa atin ni Ate Hyacinth, no, from Torino. So, really nice place all in all. But of course, Ate Kai, di ba meron din tayong local congregation doon?
Yes, Ate Sam. So please don't forget, if you happen to, visit the city during the weekend or even during weekdays, meron rin tayong local congregation dyan, gaya nga na sabi ni Ate Sam. And for sure, if you choose to stay overnight, meron kayong mapupuntahan or where you can worship, 'di ba, Ate Sam? And Ate Sam, what we have next dito sa ating programa?
we will be actually listening to some music up next. So, Kuya Tek, punta na po tayo sa ating next segment na Music Break.
It's music break time.
Sa ating music break time this time, we will be listening to Ate Venice Unay from Milan West, who will be performing a nice original music track titled All My Hope. So let's enjoy her performance all together.
Something wonderful waits for me. I have no reasons to be sad. The Father gave me hope. Fiery trials come in my life, but I'll still look ahead with joy. God's promises are shining bright. I know that He will save me. In these extraordinary times, when I face trials, I'll prove my faith. Oh, God strengthens me with His love. I know that I can carry on. When life gets hard to bear, I'll patiently wait for God. I'll put all my hope in the grace that will be mine. When troubles come, I won't lose my cool. I'll keep my focus on what God wants me to do. I'll be steadfast in my faith. I promise, my dear God, I'll serve Him for all my days. Oh, God strengthens me with His love. I know that I can carry on. When life gets hard to bear, I'll patiently wait for God. I'll put all my hope in the grace that will be mine. In these extraordinary times, when I face trials, I'll prove my faith. Oh, God strengthens me with His love. I know that I can carry on. When life gets hard to bear, I'll patiently wait for God. I'll put all my hope in the grace that will be mine.
Ayan, there we have it ang ating music break entry for this week. Thank you kay Ate Venice Unay from Milan West for delivering us this very beautiful cover of All My Hope, which is an INC original music track. But Ate Kyla, actually, before we do anything else, we will be taking a short break and we will be listening to some reminders from our station. So please make sure to stay tuned as Lookbook INC Radio Italy North Satellite Studio will be right back.
This is INC Radio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Sa bawat araw, gumagamit tayo ng kuryente. Pero naisip mo na ba kung saan ito nanggagaling? At kung paano ito nakakaapekto sa ating kalikasan? Alamin ang kahalagahan ng renewable energy at kung paano ito nakakatulong sa environment. Samahan niyo kami sa INC Radio Serbisyo para sa isa na namang makabuluhang talakayan ngayong Lunes, August 10, 2026, 8 to 9 p.m. dito lamang sa INC Radio Serbisyo.
Mga kaibigan, para sa inyo pong patuloy na pagsusuri sa mga aral na sinasampalatayanan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, inanyayahan po namin kayo na patuloy pong sumubaybay sa INC TV, sa INC Radio, at maging sa official YouTube channel po na Seek the Truth. Maaari nyo rin pong puntahan ang aming pong mga official website na iglesianicristo.net, pasugo.com.ph, at incmedia.org. Maaari nyo rin pong puntahan ang mga gusaling sambahan ng Iglesia ni Cristo na malapit po sa inyong dako. Maraming salamat po.
Hello, friends, and you are still tuned in to Lookbook INC Radio Italy North Satellite Studio. Welcome back. It is currently 7:38 in the evening, and you're just in time for some more fun dito sa ating programa ngayong gabi. And earlier, we were talking about ang budget-friendly destinations dito sa Northern Italy, and among those destinations, we have listed ang Torino, ang Treviso, and the list continues in this part of our episode. Kaya naman, without a further ado, let us dive right in sa ating first destination ngayong gabi, or should I say, third destination natin ngayong gabi, which is Parma. So, Kuya Tek, please show po ang ating Parma. And there we have it, ang syudad or ang city ng Parma. As we know, tayong mga taga Milan, this is a very, let's say, near city na mapupuntahan natin dito, either by car or also by regional train. As you can see, it is a very small city, but it has so much to offer. And when it comes to food, sa mga history din niya, it has its own uniqueness to it. So I'm sure it is also perfect, diba, for a day trip. So at the Sam, when we are talking about Parma, I'm sure there are a lot of people who have been here kasi it is pretty much very near. It's just like talking about Brescia or Como for us, di ba? And when it comes to Parma, gaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, we can reach the city either through a regional train or by car, and that should have a travel duration of 50 or 1 hour to 15 minutes. So very easy to when you want to take a day trip somewhere. So Parma is one of the choices that you have, no, or options. And when it comes to food naman, it is very important na to know that UNESCO named the city actually as the creative city of gastronomy. Ayan, so it is also an ultimate food destination, kaya you won't miss out dito sa city ng Parma. And of course, when it still comes to food, di ba, hindi natin makakalimutan ang ating Parmesan cheese, or yung sabi nga nilang Parmigiano cheese, which is a very famous product na it only comes from Parma, but it is also available in stores, di ba, dito nationwide, and you can find it everywhere na authentic talaga siya. And of course, what is Parma without prosciutto di Parma? And since nasa summertime tayo, it is actually the perfect time to have some prosciutto e melone. Secondo me, Ate Sam, napaka sarap nito at this very moment kasi very refreshing siya. Especially pag malamig yung melon, you know. And for some, I think this would be a weird plate kasi may fruit at saka may ham. But actually, it balances out, no, if you have to um, if you're craving for something sweet or something salty, this is the perfect plate that you can eat. And it's even refreshing at the Sam. And of course, at the Sam, not forgetting to mention, ang ating public transportation dito is not too expensive as well. Munti ko na siya nakalimutan. And it is also advisable not to take any public transportation actually kasi paglabas niyo ng train station mula sa Parma, ang madadatnan niyo agad ay ang walkable streets which will take you right away dito sa historic center ng Parma, which will offer you more unique experience, di ba? And also get to know more about the city of Parma. And always in this city, meron tayong local congregation, of course, if you happen to visit yung city na to. Perfect to as maybe a day trip from Milan, or pag hindi kayo makasamba sa Milan, you also have Parma. And when it comes to let's say the costs, it's not that expensive, like I said earlier, but it is a very affordable city. So make sure to keep your options open when it comes to visiting northern Italy. For Parma is one of the great spots dito sa northern Italy. And I believe the list is not over or does not end here kasi meron pa tayong pupuntahan na isang lugar. And I wonder if this is still in Italy, Ate Sam.
Great question, Ate Kai. First and foremost, I really, really good you emphasis doon sa mga sinabi mong typical na foods doon sa Parma. Of course, the cheese, the prosciutto, it's very much well known throughout the entire country as well. But the thing is, dito sa northern Italy, Ate Kai, is that we are very much well connected to our neighboring countries, 'di ba? You can go really easily dito sa Switzerland, dito sa France, 'di ba? It's just one train ride away. But this to say na when it comes to visiting northern Italy, it's actually quite easy to go visit other countries, which brings us sa ating last suggestion that is budget friendly for our episode tonight, which is all the way doon sa Slovenia, because we will be taking a moment naman to appreciate ang kanilang capital, which is Ljubljana. So Kuya Tek, can you please see ang pictures and videos of Ljubljana? Ayan, Ate Kai. As we've said, no, we actually are gonna be talking about a city that is in a different country, but it is quite near dito sa Italy, dito sa northern part of Italy. So it is quite, it's worth noticing and mentioning na as you can see, no, marami din silang mga lakes, di ba, mga canals and whatnot, may rivers sila, so you could go and do a boat ride if you wanted to. So it's a city that can offer a lot now when it comes to sightseeing, but also in terms of food, and of course it's rich in culture, and there is a lot to see. So it is quite far from Milan, Ate Kyra. Since we are both from Milan, we will be now talking about yung travel time from here. It's quite the journey. It is much more further compared to the other places that we have mentioned, because it by car it takes around 5.5 hours, because halos 500 kilometers away siya from where we are. So it is quite a ride, but you could also get yung public transportation, for example, by bus, which will take you around the same time, or by train naman, which is actually a long trip because it will take you around 8 to 11 hours. Now, depending dun sa combination of regional trains that you end up getting, because of course, wala siyang direct train from Milan. You have to transfer either sa Venice or sa Trieste, or even in Austria, you could make a transfer. So, depending dun sa combination of trains, it could take you quite a while. So, this to say na it's actually a good advice to go there as part of a multiple day trip. So, Ate Kyla, rather than a day trip, it is better to go there for a longer trip. Kasi by the time na pupunta ka doon, makatapos na yung day. So, hindi na siya day trip, of course. Ayan. But this to say, nasa Ljubljana, it is significantly more affordable compared sa Venice across every single category. And we would like to remind ang ating mga viewers that Ljubljana actually uses the euro as well, katulad dito sa Italy. And it offers high-end European charm, outdoor cafe culture, architecture, and stunning river views at 30% or 50% lower overall costs than Venice. This to say na same environment, same vibes, but you end up spending much less. So sa Ljubljana, Ate Kyra, yung city center nila is actually one of the largest pedestrianized zones dito sa Europe, which means that you can walk pretty much everywhere. So you don't have to spend additional money for yung local transits. And as we said kanina, you could either go on a boat ride as well, yung meron tayong mga river boat rides. And meron silang mga 45-minute panoramic boat rides that are about 10 to 12 euros. So it's still a pretty good price that you are paying, no, for what you are seeing. But if you don't want to spend money but still want to enjoy the views, meron din silang mga free green spaces. For example, yung Tivoli Park nila is actually the city's largest green space, which you can have access to without spending any money. So that's a good sightseeing place as well. And Ate Kyra, nabanggit natin kanina na it's best for us to visit Ljubljana as part of a bigger trip or a longer trip kasi it's a good base to make yung mga surrounding excursions that are extremely cheap. For example, meron tayong mga direct bus rides from Ljubljana dun sa famous Lake Bled, which is just about 5 to 6 euros each way. So mga 12 euros maximum na siya ang dati rito, no? Which is a really good price, and you could go see the lake, no, or something else that is close enough dito sa doon sa Ljubljana. When it comes to food naman, Ate Kyra, of course, they have a different set of local dishes compared dito sa Italy. Meron silang mga typical na mga sausages, di ba? Yung smoked pork sausage nila that they serve with mustard and horseradish, but of course they also have lots of pastries. For example, yung strukli, which is a traditional dough roll daw, filled with different ingredients such as cottage cheese, walnuts. So it's a delicacy that is not too sweet, which is of course a good thing. But this to say that if you were to eat and have a proper meal dun sa sit-down restaurants, it's still a pretty affordable price because you would end up paying between 12 to 18 euros. So this to say that it is a really great destination for this summer or for yung mga future summers na from northern Italy, since it is quite close, but you do have to keep in mind that it is no it's gonna take you a while, hindi lang siya, 'di ba? Mabilis na journey. But of course, the most important thing is that sa Ljubljana, we actually have a group worship service that is part of our district, the District of Italy North. So if you happen to visit and have to attend worship service, you can attend sa Ljubljana, Slovenia group worship service. But if you were to make a day trip, you would end up spending just 50 euros. But again, no, it will take you quite a bit. So, Ate Kyra, have you been to Ljubljana or in Slovenia in general?
Yes, Ate Sam. Actually,
Mm.
I've been there for the inauguration ng GWS nila. So it's for a very special purpose, no? And I've been there during winter, but unfortunately, hindi ako nakapunta sa mga historic centers. I would have loved to and also tried the food since I really like trying out new cuisines of other countries. But also just to add, no, Ate Sam, I think if you happen to visit Slovenia, also visit Croatia kasi
Mhm.
napakalapit nila. It's also like we're talking about Milan and Como. So I think it's also a nice spot to visit. How about you, Ate Sam? Have you been to Ljubljana?
I haven't been actually at it. That's why, out of the destinations that we have listed so far, this is the one that is calling out my name kasi it seems such a nice place, Ate Kyra, and hindi siya ganun ka-packed with tourists from what we've seen sa mga videos and mga pictures, which is a good thing, 'di ba, Ate Kyra? Iba talaga yung level of enjoyment of a place kapag hindi ganun siya ka-packed with tourists. So, that's a really nice place to go to, Ate Kai.
Yes, Ate Sam. And based on your explanations earlier sa mga prices, napaisip ako kanina, maybe it costs lesser to actually go to a trip sa Ljubljana than having a trip within Italy. So going to cities like, for example, Treviso or Venice. So I think that's also one of the pros that you can have when you travel outside of Italy, diba? So I think it's a very nice destination to be. And of course, before we wrap up, of course, our topic discussion, and since everyone is in vacation, maybe, or still going to have the vacation, please remember po to always be safe wherever you're going, and to always have um, your mga pagsamba ready, no? Kasi if you take 2 weeks off or maybe just 1 week, for sure you will be attending one of the worship services now wherever you will be right at the sound.
Yes, Ate Kai, that's why we would like to remind ang ating live viewers as well to always pray and to not forget to visit ang ating official website www.iglesianicristo.net/directory to find the nearest local congregation or group worship service to whatever city or town you might be visiting this summer. And of course, Ate Cara, when it comes to traveling specifically dito sa Italy, specifically if you're not from Italy, no, there are a couple of expressions that may come as useful to when you will be interacting with locals. Which brings us sa ating next segment na Learn Italian.
Learn Italian.
Ayan, Ate Kai, as we've said, there are a lot of Italian words and expressions that are a must for our tourists that might be visiting Italy for the first time. So let's take a look at yung mga travel-related words and expressions sa ating Learn Italian segment. Kuya Tek?
Welcome to another episode of Learn Italian here on INC Radio Italy North. Today we will learn some travel-related words and phrases in Italian. Passport, passaporto. Visa, visto. Ticket, biglietto. Boarding pass, carta d'imbarco. Itinerary, itinerario. Luggage, bagaglio. Accommodation, alloggio. Room, camera. Reservation, prenotazione. Customs, dogana. Airport, aeroporto. Immigration, immigrazione. Departure, partenza. Arrival, arrivo. Gate, gate. Destination, destinazione. Backpack, zaino. Landmark, monumento. Terminal, terminale. Map, mappa. Camera, fotocamera. Guidebook, guida. Stopover, scalo. Some phrases related to traveling are I'd like to book a room. Vorrei prenotare una camera. How do I get to? Come posso arrivare a? Where is the baggage claim? Dove si trova il ritiro bagagli? Does breakfast come with the room? La colazione è inclusa nel prezzo della camera? Could you show me on the map? Mi faresti vedere sulla mappa? Can you help me? Mi puoi aiutare? What time does the flight leave? A che ora parte il volo? Here's my boarding pass. Ecco la mia carta d'imbarco. Where is your stopover? Dove fai scalo? Hope you've learned something new and see you next time for another informative episode of Learn Italian. Ciao!
Ciao, Sister Karen Luholgado. Thank you so much for teaching us the new Italian words and phrases that might come useful na when you visit Italy. And Ate Kyra, no, we have talked a lot about ang ating mga budget-friendly destinations. So we do really hope that our live viewers have new ideas no for future vacations na maybe they might be visiting the places that we have talked about. And Ate Kyra, it's actually time for us to wrap up ang ating episode for tonight. But before that, do you have any greetings that you want to share?
Yes, Ate Sam. I would like to greet, of course, yung mga ating nakatutok ngayon dito sa lookbook. Hello, hello po sa inyo lahat. And of course, District Multimedia team as well. And to all our ministers and evangelical workers dito sa District of Italy North. And of course, binabati ko rin po ang aking mga magulang. Hello po, Papa and Mama, and also my brother. And of course, binabati ko rin po ang lahat ng mga lokal dito sa ating distrito. Ayan, Ate Sam. How about you, Ate Sam? Any greetings?
Yes, Ate Kai. I would just like to give a quick shout out actually to Sister Vilma because she sent us yung mga pictures and videos natin of Treviso. So thank you so much po, Ka Vilma. We did see you sa live chat as well. So thank you so much po for your support. For my greetings, I would just like to greet nga ang ating mga district staff, ministers, ministerial workers, and families po dito sa Italy North. Of course, special shout out sa ating district minister, si Karens Marquez. And I actually have a couple of birthday greetings that I have to extend. I would just like to greet belated happy birthday si Axel Messina, si Tita Elsie Escarmosa from Milan South, si Ate Zavina Balsita from Milan, and si Kuya Mike Perez from Milan, from Kalihiman family. So thank you sa ating mga live viewers as well. Would just like to quickly plug ang The Next Level You, ang ating self-development program. Of course, going live tomorrow ng 4 p.m. Central European Summertime. We will be talking about feeding our minds, specifically when it comes to yung mga content that we end up consuming no, on a day-to-day basis, and how that influences ang ating self-development. But of course, just like to also thank Ate Kyra for being with me tonight. So back to you, Ate Kai.
Thank you then, Ate Sam. And meron akong nakitang a few comments na I would just like to give a shout out. We have brethren from Germany, actually, who said, hello po, Chato, Natividad. Ayan, try, brethren, to visit Germany, a beautiful country. So maybe we can also visit that. And syempre, shout out din sa ating mga kapatid na patuloy silang nag-chat dyan sa ating live chat. Ayan. And of course, happy birthday rin po kay Ka Kay Taginas from the local of Athens, Greece. Happy birthday po. Marami pala tayong mga August celebrants na Ate Sam. But so sad to say that we have to wrap up our episode for today, but please make sure po to always give your support sa ating programa every Sunday, ang Lookbook. And once again, I am Ate Kyra Cabrera, and we will see you next week.
And I am Sister Samantha Aquino from Milan. Thank you so much and see you all next week. Thank you for watching Lookbook, fashion, lifestyle,
Lifestyle
and
and
more.
more.
Thank you po. Ate Jelly is with us tonight, ang ating program director. And Ka Ian, hello po. Thank you po.
Hello rin po sa mga naka-view sa Chicago Park Ridge. Ayan. Hello po.
Wow.
Very international.
Thank you po.